From your chosen fabric, cut all the pieces as drawn in the patterns. Press all the pieces so it'll be easy for sewing. While you have the iron on, fuse 2 interfacing pieces to the wrong side of each collar piece so you end up with 2 thicker collar halves. Repeat for the other collar. Next, start sewing the bust darts on the front bodice and pressing them toward the waist. Leave this aside for later. Fold each bow tie lengthwise with right sides together. Stitch from the pointed ends along the long edge, leaving a 24 centimeter gap in the middle. This will attach to the sleeve hem later. Trim the seam allowance, turn it right side out, and press flat. Repeat for the second bow tie. Then we'll insert the invisible zipper into the back bodice. Start by definishing the center back seam edges with a zigzag stitch or an overlocker. Fold the center back seam in half, right sides together, and at the end of the back slit, mark a line that's 2 centimeters up from the end of the slit and 7 centimeters down. A 9 centimeters line in total. Straight stitch along this line to make sure the zipper ends neatly. Place the invisible zipper face down on the right side of one back edge, leaving the top stops about 6 millimeters below the neckline to allow for the collar. Mark small matching notches along the zipper tape and the edge of the bodice slit. Do the same on the other side of the zipper and the other side of the bodice. With the zipper fully opened, align right sides together, match the notches and pin carefully. Repeat on the other side. Base the zipper in place, then sew permanently with an invisible zipper foot. Make sure to use one hand to gently pull the zipper teeth away from the needle so you can stitch as close to the teeth as possible. Repeat on the other side of the zipper. Fold the zipper under the seam allowance to hide it neatly. Now let's move on to the sleeves. Take one sleeve and fold the long edge inwards gradually, about 8 centimeters, then roll it toward the hem. Pin and top stitch to secure. Repeat on the other side of the sleeve and then do the same for the second sleeve. Next, gather the sleeve hem to reduce it to 24 centimeters, matching the open gap in the bow strip. You will have 2 gathered sleeve hems like this. Push the gathered sleeve hem into the bow tie opening, pin it, and top stitch to secure. Repeat for the second sleeve. Time to attach the sleeves to the bodice. Match the front armhole notch of the sleeve to the front bodice armhole and pin, then sew. Repeat for the back bodice pieces. Finish the raw edges of the armhole with an overlocker or a zigzag stitch if you don't have one. With right sides together, pin from the sleeve hem down to the bodice waist mark, making sure the underarms align. Stitch and backstitch securely at the slit opening. Sew the other side from sleeve hem to bodice waist. Overlock or zigzag the raw edges from sleeve hem to waist. For the side slits, fold up about 5 millimeters twice. Starting from the bottom, press and sew along the edge, crossing over at the waist to the other side. For the bottom hem, fold up 1 centimeter twice, press and sew neatly along the edge. Repeat the same for the other side. Now let's work on the collar. Place each pair of collar pieces right sides together. Pin and sew along the curved outer edge and around the square corner, stitching just outside the interfacing, about 2 millimeters away. Leave the bottom edge open, trim the seam allowance, turn right side out, and press flat. Base around the neckline edge of the bodice to keep it flat. Starting from the center front. With the right sides together, pin each collar half to the neckline along the bottom edge. Sew along the neckline, leaving the top seam allowance of the collar free. At the collar ends, fold the raw edges inside neatly and tuck in the end of the invisible zipper. Finish the collar either by hand or machine. For beginners, hand stitching works beautifully. From the inside of the collar, start cross-stitching neatly from the zipper end to the center, then cross over to the other collar half. To make the stitching easier, take a scissor and slightly trim a small arc at the center to ease tension as you're hand stitching. Take your time to keep it neat and precise. Finally, the finishing touches. Press all seams, hems, and the collar carefully. And there you have it, a beautifully finished Ao Dai with elegant bow cuffs. Ready to wear and perfect for any special occasion.